Всяко едно растение притежава определена сила, но някои от тези сили те са силно изкръстяващи. И той казва, при използването на тези средства, като марихуана или да речеме тютюн, ние въобще, нали, може да се чувстваме много добре, но постепенно те ни пристрастяват към тяхната енергия и съответно те имат контрол върху нашето физическо, т.е. да, върху нашето физическо и нашето ментално състояние. И всъщност не е полезно да се приемат подобни субстанции.
Това, което на мен пък ми разказаха е малко по-сложно да кажа. И там интересното е, че всъщност способността на тия коренни нации, на техния начин на мислене и възприемане на света е по-различен от нас. И те възприемат, освен физическото растение, разбира се, сега тия, които живеят по градовете, нали, колкото и да са индианци, вече много тия способности са ги загубили, но освен самото физическо растение, да речеме, света, ако си го представим както те го възприемат, ние възприемаме само повърхността, само това, което е на една някаква повърхност, това е материалната част. Над нея обаче, все едно, онова, което е отгоре, нали, има едно такова, каквото отгоре, такова долу, това отгоре, то е, бих казал, то е информационен код, душа или дух, или финно същество. Те го възприемат като същество, което е в един духовен план или в един фин енергиен план, както искаме, може да си го интерпретираме. И това е едно същество, което е всъщност силата. То е представителя, те го наричат на испански dueño de la planta или стопанинът на растението, на силата. И това е всъщност силният представител. Нали? Самото растение, то е някаква материална субстанция и ти с него всъщност възприемаш само нещо много повърхностно. Ти не влизаш, когато ти взаимодействаш само с материалната субстанция, нали, на съответното растение, ти не виждаш неговия духовен представител. Това духовно същество, с което можеш да си общуваш. Значи, когато твоето съзнание се изравни с честотата на този духовен свят, името му на Шипибо е Хакон-нете. Хакон-нете, това е над материалния план, който създава материалния план, но той е финия план. И в този фин план, например, растението кока има такъв стопанин, който е едно духовно същество, което по своята форма не е растение, то е друго. То може да изглежда като човек, който е с много силен характер, има мощ и ако човек подходи към него неправилно, варианта е тая може да го направи роб, да го пороби, да го усвои в себе си. Разбира се, когато един индианец реално в традицията взаимодейства, и той винаги взаимодейства с голямо уважение, респект и първо установява контакт с това същество, не с самото растение, отива да яде там айласка или табак или каквото и да е, а първо започва да си изравнява, да се настройва към този духовен стопанин, към това, този духовната същност или това финно същество, което е стопанина на растението. Така че всъщност работата, взаимодействието с растенията на силата е много интересно. Човек може да постигне невероятни неща, наистина да проникне в едни дълбини на своето съзнание, но и в същината, бих казал, и на космоса, но то зависи много от собствената му чистота и трезвост. Пак повтарям тази дума, много е важна трезвост. И другата ключова дума е смирение и уважение. Когато човек, за съжаление, нашето западно съзнание, амбицията е, може би, от основната ключова дума, която нашето общество внедрява още в детска възраст на децата. Но амбицията в този фин свят на духа по-скоро е нещо, което слага допълнителни катинари на вратата, отколкото да е ключ за отварянето.
Всъщност, във всяка една философия, дори включая религия или пък тези контакти с същества от други измерения, за да се направи този контакт, примерно с същество от multi-dimensions, от множествените измерения, или ние трябва да настроим нашата чистота на съзнанието си на поне 20% от чистотата, която те имат, за да влезем в контакт. В религията, например, се говори за вяра. Но ако ние действително разбираме смисъла на думата вяра, както Христос казва в една от притчите си, че ако имате вяра, колкото и носи напово зърно, ако кажете на планината, премести се и тя ще се премести. От друга страна, философията на ведите, на Древна Индия, там също става въпрос за тази нагласа, за съзнанието на хората. И виждате ли каква връзка има, дори сега, когато си говорим за растения и за храсти и други неща, за цялата тази невидим за нас интелигентен свят, пак става въпрос за същото нещо, че ние трябва да сме изпълнени с любов, да бъдем смирени, естествено. И вчера пък гледах едно видео от един тибетски монах, който каза, че една от първите стъпки, ако искаме да постигнем някаква себереализация, това е да се научим да обичаме хората около нас. Нали, съответно и животните. А пък това наистина е едно голямо препятствие. Един припани камък, доста голям. Но за да обичаш другите, може би трябва да обичаш себе си. Аз така си мисля, да имаш уважение към себе си. И тогава да имаш уважение към другите и съответно уважението е като едно друго стъпало към любовта вече. Okay, dear friends, we have Pedro here, and he's going to talk with us through my screen on my phone, because he have an issue with his laptop right now with that platform StreamYard. But anyway, Pedro, I'm so happy to welcome you in the show. And we have also we have Ivan Karchev. I heard that you know each other. You met in Peru. And we're going to talk, actually we start talking about these special plants in Amazon jungle. and for the spirits they have, and that people like us from Western world, we don't have enough information, but we know that you have a lot of knowledge about this. So can you help us to have more understanding about the plants and the spirits they have?
Yes. Thank you, first of all, for the invitation to talk with you both. I'm very happy. Indeed, I know Ivan. We have met in Lima once, and we have a very good connection. I appreciate his work, his spiritual path, and he's very respectful. So I'm happy to be with you both. And if it's the second time that I am with you, Ivan.
Yeah.
We have talked in the past, so thank you very much for creating this opportunity again. I'm sorry about the technical issues, but we have managed the way to be able to be together in this precarious way. But even though the good thing is that we can share our words and our thoughts. I will talk from the position that I am in one side. I am a member of the academy. I am working right now in the Pontifical Catholic University from Peru. And at the same time, I am a member of a Shipibo Conibo family because of matrimonial affinity. My wife is Chunun Bencho, that is a very well-known Shipibo Conibo artist, and she is descendant of traditional healers that had worked with plants, with medicinal plants from the Amazon rainforest from long time ago. And from the indigenous or Amerindian or Shipibo Conibo point of view, plants don't heal only because their chemical properties. They also heal, or they principally heal, because their connection with the spirit world. And what we know, because our visionary and dreaming experience, is that each plant have its own spiritual owner, that in Shipibo is called Ibo. This spiritual owner is like the father or the mother of each species of medicinal plants. So the energy, the healing energy, the breath comes from this spiritual owner, this spiritual master, teacher, let's say. And when we take the plant, we must ask this spiritual owner for his help to recover our health. And when we drink a plant or when we bath with a plant, we must begin a regime that is called dieta in the regional Spanish from the Amazon rainforest, at least in Peru, dieta. No? So we must take it without having sex, for several months, without eating too much, making some fasting. We eat without oil. In the past, we only eat little fishes and green plantain, make it in the barbecue, and that was it. And in that way, we purify our body, and our soul began to be more free to travel to these spiritual worlds. So in our dreams, we start to connect with the spiritual owners. And one thing that we have been taught is that these hidden spirits find that the human smell is very bad, is very nasty. So we must change our body smell with the plants. So we begin to smell as plants. And in that way, these spiritual owners will come close to us and start to transmit us their healing properties and also their knowledge.
That sounds for me something like aromatherapy, or maybe I'm wrong. Like aromatherapy when we're smelling?
Like traditional Amazonian medicine, and specifically from the Shipibo-Conibo nation, we always work with the inimnete, that is the aromatic word, the aromatic in the sense of good perfume. No?
Uh-huh.
So with that, when we connect with that good perfume world, we can transmit that good perfume by our chanting, and we can heal others with our chanting, transmitting that energy that comes from this fragrancy, this very nice fragrancy from the medicinal plants. The medicinal world is always a world of good perfume.
And this chanting, are they sound specific? You know, from the jungle people, the chanting.
Like each nation and each healer have its own way of chanting.
Oh, okay.
But in the Shipibo-Conibo tradition, these chanting are not learned by heart. We are not repeating the same chant. We always sing, or the healer always sing, what he is seeing in this state of transcendental perception, what he is seeing from his patient. So we never repeat the same chant. It's always a chant that is born in the therapeutical moment, in the therapeutical space.
Thank you. Last time when we had a video with you, I asked you to chanting something. Can you do that now?
No.
Okay. All right. I love it. It was very, very lovely vibration.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah.
You are very generous. But I am not a Shipibo-Conibo, and always my pronunciation and my way of chanting will not be exactly as a Shipibo-Conibo, even though each healer have its own way of chanting.
Okay.
And maybe a chant is not so pretty, but that is not the important thing. The important is that the person that is chanting have the connection through to the spirit world, and that connection is built through the initiatory periods of abstinences and fasting.
Yeah, I understand. Let me ask you, so all these plants, they're working a specific way only from the jungle, or the plants we have in Europe, for example, do they have the same powers?
Yes, of course. For us, that is sure. The only thing that changed is that the persons that are raised in the modern like the modern teaching institutions. I want to say pedagogics.
Pedagogics.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Pedagogics.
La pedagogía, ¿no?
Yeah.
In the modern, en las instituciones pedagógicas modernas, ¿no? The modern teaching institutions, sometimes we get disconnected from our heart and our vision because we are raised in a very limited ontological paradigm. But when we reconnect with that roots of our self, we can start to perceive again the spiritual owners. And what I think is that the indigenous, if we define indigenosity, no?
Yeah.
In a spiritual sense, we all cultures come from an indigenous root, in the sense that we all in the past have this sacred connection with Mother Earth and with the cosmos. And we all come from cultures that have had dialogues with that, with the cosmos, with the semiotic property of the cosmos. What happened is that we have the connect from that. But that primordial conscience is still in us. So consciousness change with each technological advance. For example, now that we have these very small memories that can contain a lot of information, that is making change in our consciousness. But the primordial aspects of the conscious are never rip off. They are still in our basis. We can repress it, but we cannot erase that. So we can still connect. And not only that we can, is that if we want to be in health in an holistic sense, we must connect with that inner conscience. The thing is that when we don't have teachers, when we don't have elders that can guide us in that path, it's very easy to get confused, especially when people start to use psychotropic drugs without knowing how to use it. I am not saying that our plants are drugs. Our plants are medicine. But if we use it in a wrong way, we make them drugs. And that is the problem. So we all have the capacity inside our conscious to get connected with that plants, with that spiritual plant owners. And every plant that have medicinal properties have these spiritual owners. Each tree that have these medicinal properties also have spiritual owners and also have wisdom. But we don't know how to talk to that spiritual owner in a respectful way, in his own language, and with his own rules, because plants have rules. Spiritual owners have rules that teach us how to use them in a good way to promote health. But if we use them in the way we imagine we can do it, that will go against our health in various sense. And what I feel that in this neo-shamanic movement, people are developing very good ideas of their connection to Mother Earth, but their body and their mind and their spirit are getting sick.
Yeah, I understand. I would like to, Pedro, we have an audience from Bulgaria who is watching this also. And I'm going to ask them if they have any questions about so far, about everything you spoke. Please send a text message. Ivan, that also is for you. Unfortunately, I cannot. You cannot talk because I'm with headphones, and I'm the only one who listening, Pedro, and you. I can listening. I can hear you, Ivan, but unfortunately, Pedro cannot hear you because I'm in headphones.
Yes, no problem. You tell me the questions.
Yes.
And
Now,
I try to answer.
yeah, Ivan, if you have something to say.
I want to ask about this perfume and the singing and the spiritual owners.
One moment.
He had these three elements.
Okay, one moment.
Of the medicine.
Okay, Ivan Karchev asking to know about this perfume you're talking about,
Yeah.
also about the singing, and what was else? Ivan?
No. The question is not about them, but I feel like they're all the same. This is vibration property, which is expressed once in like perfume, in another way, like a spiritual owner is like a vibrational quality, which can be expressed in material form in different ways. Like one way is the perfume, you know.
Well, okay, one moment. Now I'm going to take off my headphones and I'll have audio in the.
Сега обаче не те чувам. Не те чувам. Може би не те чуват въобще. Не. Излиза ти микрофона като затворен, като спрян. Микрофонът ти излиза като зачертан. Може би от самата платформа е спрян микрофона. Не. В StreamYard микрофонът излиза като спрян, като мют. Не, няма звук.
Чуваш ли ме?
Сега вече да.
Okay. One moment. Okay, now, repeat, please. Repeat your question, and Pedro will hear exactly what you're asking.
Pedro, from what you said about hello, about smell, about your Icaro singing, and about spiritual el dueño de la planta, a spiritual owner. I feel like everything is about vibration, like they are all the same. Smell and singing and spiritual owner, they're like in one a vibrational space which we cannot perceive because of this education and of our civilization, but they are like very interconnected. This kind of vibration, and when we go in this fine state of vibration, we can perceive, and they are all the same. Is it right, more or less? You don't hear me? You hear me? No? Oh, he doesn't hear me. Pedro doesn't hear me.
No. Yes, I'm listening to you.
Okay. The question was, you talk about smell, about the smell, about the singing, singing which actually cures, which makes the chanting, which makes the medicine work. But this all vibration, like everything is about vibration, and also perceiving the spiritual owners of the plants is also vibrational state. It's all question of one vibration we need to reach to get into this world. This perception is kind of fine-tuning of our consciousness.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree. Like when we talk about master owners, or owners of the plants that come to us in human form, so we can understand them, is because they are acting as semiotic mediums. So in that way, we represent them for being able to understand them. So they adapt themselves to our mental structure and our mental limits and our mental possibilities, that we are not all the same. Some are more limited for some issues, and others are less limited for some issues. But they adapt to us. What they really are, we don't know, because we talk in a metaphorical way. We only can understand by making comparisons. That is a cognitive property of our mental and psycholinguistical structure. What we know is that everything shares this semiotic ability, and that is possible to create dialogues between different semiotic grammar, let's say, languages, but languages that are ontologically different from each other. So we can talk with trees, but the best dialogue is not with the tree itself, is with this owner that is, as I had told before, I understand it, I conceptualize it as a semiotic medium. Un mediador semiótico, I say in Spanish in my papers, in my
semiotic mediator.
But I agree that all reality is vibration in different levels. The matter is if we can connect with levels of more subtle vibration that we are used to in our quotidianity. And that ability is something that people that are close to earth, that are humble, that are still sensitive, that their heart is still really alive, can feel and perceive and connect with. So it's only a matter of shifting the perception. But
very important.
The stage, because for us, the existence of spirits is obvious. We know that. But that is not the most important thing, because sometimes, like, people take DMT and they get aware of these other worlds and they stay in that and they get, they say, awesome, that's very cool, and that's it. But we already know that as a fact. What we must know is how to work in that spirit world and to know with which kind of spiritual entities, and I am using this word because I don't have other word to name it. We can say, for example, Chaikonibo, Honehonibo, that is in indigenous language, no? So we must know what kind of entities is useful to get relate, to develop affinity rapports, kinship with them, and with which kind of entities are Yushin and are bad spirits, are antisocial entities, and we must not relate with them, and we must know how to push them away.
Pedro, we have a question from one lady from Bulgaria. Her name is Denitsa. She's asking, do you have some kind of instruction for studying the wisdom of Shipibo knowledge for beginners?
Yes. What happened is that it's very difficult in these days to find wise people, wise men or wise women in the Amazon rainforest. The first reason because of that is that in the 50s and 60s of 20th century, they were like persecuted in some sense, not in a policial sense, but in like the Christians, the evangelic, especially from the Summer Institute, that was a very powerful organization from North America. They developed a direct attack against wise people, and because they come with a lot of tools, technology, and economy, they have a very big influence between Shipibo-Conibo nation. And then, in the 70s, start to arrive people from North America and Western Europe with dollars, and they start to search for ayahuasca experience. And that was the seed that started the boom of neo-shamanism that we can see today in the Amazon rainforest and in indigenous communities. So people nowadays, young people especially, are getting trained only to be shamans that give ayahuasca to others, for tourists, for Western people only, and Japanese also, and some Asian people too, mainly for having visions. So this ayahuasca center way of practicing supposedly medicine is what I call neo-shamanism. In the past, healers, as my grandfather, my wife's grandfather, he almost never drank ayahuasca. He healed with other plants. He healed with his dreams. He healed in other ways. So ayahuasca is not neat for healing. It has not treatment purposes from our point of view, because we heal with our chanting and with plants. So things, because this colonialistic approach, have changed in a very strong way. And we are not close to changes, because indigenous cultures have always changed. We have always been dynamic cultures. The problem is that these recent changes are having place under a context of economical subordination, economical colonization. So that's what I don't like. This imperialistic ontological and epistemological approach that changed the way we used to work. So it's very difficult to find good people that can teach us with generosity and that can heal us with generosity. And also it's good to understand that in indigenous cultures, you may like this, what I'm going to say, you may dislike it, but these things, as things has always been, it's very difficult to transmit knowledge outside the kinship cycle.
Okay, another question. It's about the same question, but it's another question. Do you have a book, your book, you're writing a book about teachings for the wisdom of the Shipibo knowledge? Do you have
Yes, I have several books, not only about the Shipibo, also about my experience with North American cultures,
Okay.
and also about Andean cultures. I have some books are more academic,
Yeah.
other books are more divulgative. I also have like novels. I also write poems. I am also a filmmaker, but not so much production because cinema is very expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, writing is cheaper.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at this moment my works are only written in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, we are going to work now a first translation in English from a book that I have wrote with my wife that is called Nun Unan Shan. But I think that will not be ready until later this year.
And that will be in English?
That will be in English. We are working in the translation.
Okay, thank you.
Like some people in New York are working in the translation.
Okay.
Because at this moment everything is Spanish. I only write in Spanish. I don't like some things in indigenous languages, but I don't want to write in English.
Yeah, I understand. Denitsa,
Like it's good for me English for communicating, for having, for example, the opportunity to talk with you, but it's not a language that I feel from my heart.
yeah, I understand that. I mean, I'm very sorry. I don't speak Spanish, but I love you.
Yeah, but we need also like to have this kind of dialogues in English.
Yeah.
Because it has become like I will not say universal, but lingua franca, no lingua franca we say, no?
Right. Yes.
So it's useful for the diffusion of the language, but my way of approaching literature is a very poetical way. Even in my academic works, I try to reserve a space for poetical expression, and I cannot do that poetical expression from English.
Yeah, I understand that. This is very difficult, even for professional interpreters from different languages. Деница, ако желаеш, можеш да се свържеш с Иван Карчев. Той има книгата на испански. Ако е много спешно, евентуално той може да ти помогне с... Ако ти не говориш испански, той може да ти помогне с някакъв специфичен превод. Okay. Do you have another questions? Иван, микрофонът ти е мютнат.
Okay, maybe we can translate parts of the book, like some essential parts, several pages, and make like articles from this book. I have from you. No, Nanshinan.
I will like that.
Yeah, great. We'll do. I have some people.
English and Bulgarian?
Yes, in Bulgarian. I have some circle of people which are offered to help to translate, so we can organize some little group to translate also videos. I translated the video for yesterday where you sing to your wife. It was so nice to have it exactly for this day. It was perfect. I made subtitles, fixed subtitles in Bulgarian, and I publish without your permission, but you excuse me.
Send it afterwards to me. And also, I have a movie that is called Meraya. If you put in the YouTube, you put Meraya Culture Escapes. That is an art festival in Switzerland. Culture Escapes. You put Meraya Culture Escapes, or maybe Meraya Pedro Favaron. That is a film that have not words, only chanting. So it was created for donating an experience that can go over the language differences.
I already share it. I already have shared it twice. I shared this twice.
Thank you very much.
It's so beautiful, very poetic, you know.
Thank you.
Okay, do you have some ideas, thoughts, questions to Pedro? You can write in Bulgarian also.
I have one more question. Because anyway, now, even here in Bulgaria, there are many people coming with ayahuasca, making all kind of neo-shamanism. It's like a energy stream, you know, it's already on the way. I think we have to think positive ways to educate people. I don't believe we can change the world, but education for me is a key point where you can educate the people like now we are doing actually this about all this deep sense in the indigenous tradition connecting to this world of the spirits and what actually is this interaction with the power plants and so on. What our friend Denica was asking, actually, I think was on this direction. Educating people about this.
Yes, it's very difficult, I think so, that we can stop this neo-shamanic expansion of the plant. Because people are saturated from their own modern lives that don't bring them satisfaction. So people are searching any way they can to escape from that narrow reality. But at the same time, most people want only a miracle way. And if it's a miracle that you can buy, even better. Because we have been like trained that we can buy everything. And changing that state of mind, that idiosyncrasy, is very difficult. So people will still go to the plant and they will think that they are healing themselves, but they are only becoming a little bit more hippie. But they are the same, no? Even they are a little bit more sick because plant is very strong. Ayahuasca is very strong. And if you don't know how to talk with the ayahuasca comes from the forest. And the forest will bite you and eat your soul because you don't know how to present yourself. That is for sure, but maybe you don't want to believe me and I cannot do anything else than telling you that that is not the way things have been practiced in the rainforest for several hundred years. So what else can I do? That's why when someone invite me, I talk. And I talk freely because I don't depend economically in the ayahuasca business. I have my own ways of getting my money.
Okay, thank you, Pedro. There's another question from Denica from Bulgaria again.
Yeah.
She's asking, in your community over there, with your wife, 1 second. Do you think it will be possible for you and your wife to take people from Bulgaria if they would like to spend a few, maybe 1 week with you in the community over there, so they probably will be able to touch with the wisdom of this Shipibo, and the purpose of this is actually to make connection with the great spirits.
Yes, if they come with Ivan, maybe.
Yeah, that's we organize. Yeah, on the way. It's on the way.
If they are aware that we are not going to give them ayahuasca, we
Okay.
are going to give them plants for vomiting, for cleaning, for bathing, for tranquility. If that's the case, we can receive small groups, only small groups. But because now I am working in university, I am most of the time in Lima, that is the capital city. So we must arrange it with several months of anticipation. But always through Ivan, no? Because I always work with friends that I know that they already understand what I am doing and that they will help me with the respect of the whole experience.
Okay, that sounds great. So everybody who would like to do this, to go to Peru and meet with Pedro, please contact with Ivan Karchev. And
With my family, no? That is more important than me.
of course, yeah, family first.
I'm only the translator.
Family first. Okay, Pedro, thank you very much for your time to be with us. We really appreciate it, your time and the knowledge you share with us. And maybe next time when you're going to do this streaming, probably I will be more organized and maybe the technology is going to work for us.
But I think that everything has worked very well. So I try to be always very organized, huh? And don't think I was also raised by the British. Even though I have decolonized myself a little bit, I still preserve some things from the British. And I try to be very punctual with my o'clock, no? I like to be o'clock. But sometimes things happen, so everything is okay. And I always like to talk with you both, Ivans, no?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that in some ways maybe it's easier to talk with people from Eastern Europe than from people from North America, that they are a little bit less connected with their roots.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
So one thing that I want to add after I have said this is that the idea is not that someone get disconnected with their roots to get connected to try to become Chipivo Conigo.
Yeah.
It's not what I have done. I am still who I am, even though I am a member of a Chipivo Conigo family. I am still rooted in my own culture. And it's the same with people that come from very old cultures as Bulgarians. It's not the thing to become neo-shamanic hippies, Chipivo Conigo style. The thing is that maybe we can help you to connect with your own indigenous roots. And that is the important thing.
Also, Claudine Varese, she apologized. She not was able to participate of this call. She was very busy at that time, so she apologized that she's not with us.
No problem, no problem.
Sumai karomai, medicinai mantere munti. Noi no ni no nai no ni no nai noi no ni no nai. No ni no nai noi no ni no nai noi no ni no nai no ni no nai no ni no nai noi ni no ni no nai putai matai seroi konasi toi chamoi karo